Hello to all my friends out there. So I just got home. I hope everyone is doing good. And what I was doing is I was walking 2 hours a day because I'm 63 or 4 years old. I think I have a mental block. And so the most important thing I have to do in a day is exercise my heart, because that's what's going to pump my blood to my brain, and I need to keep my muscle mass nice and strong. So it's not like I have a real choice. Do you want to walk? Yeah, I love it. I was at the mall, and so I have some tea left. What I do is I drink everything and eat everything. So I didn't drink all my tea, so it's a good time to drink it now. Okay, so now, where's my, okay, you don't have to wait for an SHTF event to make yourself effective in helping others and yourself, because when you help other people, somehow you always help yourself 10 times more than you help the other person. So I was at Dollar Tree and I was getting the potting soil, and I'll show you when I repot my plants if they're still alive. No, that's not funny. They better be alive. I'm going to be so mad. I'm going to blame it on the 5G. And there was this lady, and I said to her, do you need some food? She was in her car, and she says, no, I collect cans. Well, when you collect cans, I think cans are 5 cents each. So in order to make any money, you have to collect a lot of cans. So I said to her, I said, well, do you know that if you go to the swap meet, the Santee swap meet, after about 11 o'clock, you can go in there and get stuff free. And then, you know, you can sell that stuff. Let me show you something. And you can pay them on the way out if you don't have the $30. So about a couple weeks ago when I did that, I got this free, and originally sold for $9.99. I could sell it. We don't want to sell it. We like it. And then I got these adorable things. And somebody asked me, well, if you're selling them, why are you using them for posters? Well, these are cute. Well, I had a bit of a problem, you know, like a whole bunch of questions, and they were just a hassle, so I decided to keep them. Because on eBay, you know, I have noticed when your stuff starts out a hassle, you really don't want to move that item. I had another hassle with my Dale Carnegie book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, so I'll hang on to that for a while too. So anyway, there's this woman in a car, and you know, what I'll do also this week is I'll make a list of the food banks, so I can give them lists. She actually had a vehicle, and I said, do you need food? And she said no. And I saw she was eating some Dorito chips and some of that cheese dip stuff. And I thought, wow, you know, I went back over to my car. I got the food out of the trunk, and I said, well, why don't you put it in back of your seat? And she said, well, where did you get it? And I said, well, when I come out of the swap meet, I buy $30 worth of food. I swing over to 99¢ only. And what I learned is, like, if you really need food, what you want are those cans of food, like SpaghettiOs, like chili, you know, canned meals. Those are going to serve you the best. You know, instead of packages of this, packages of that, I learned, you know, today I would just go for the meals. I really would. And you know where they have, you know, the beefaroni and SpaghettiOs, they have the Walmart brand, and probably Aldi's is really good too. So I'll be making lists of the food bank and the pantries. You know, when I took my friend to the pantry, her and her friends had the lists I made. None of them went. after I took her, the morning I went to get her for the last time when she just made me so insane, I was pretty sure that she had gone with someone to the place earlier, you know, like the 3 pigs, which was fine because, you know, that tells me she can get there on her own. So, you know, though, if you have a list of food pantries in your area that you can give to these people. So now what I'm going to do, you know, I have that big box of half-eaten food. I'm going to start making packages, food packages out of that, and I'm going to give that away. Okay, so I've also been working on the live chat, and one of the sections, section number 2, is going to be on aliens, and one of the sections of that is going to be insectoids. Okay, I don't know if you guys are aware, but there's like ant people. So some of the very creative stuff was Adam Ant. If you're older, you might remember Adam Ant. So I put Adam Ant on my Twitter, and you guys can take a look at that. I love it. I hadn't heard it for a long time. I loved it. And then the famous person that I think branched off Adam Ant, and he was like an ant-like person, was David Bowie. And I could watch those videos all day and all night. I love them. So, and another thing is someone said, well, why don't you do this? And why don't you do that? Listen, I'm not making a bunch of links and horsing around. I earn $25 a week doing this, and you know, there's no sense making more work than necessary doing this. Okay, so now today I bought this for the stockpile. I thought, wow, I don't think this is real grape, but it's grape-like, so I bought 2 of these for my grape stockpile. And then I stopped in to get another thing. I love it when people tell me what you should do. You should walk instead of going to Weight Watchers. Really? Well, when I hit 169 pounds, if and when it's time to go to Weight Watchers. No more screwing around, you know. It does work. It's very unpleasant, though it's a diet. So, you know, I really don't need the followers telling me what I should do, but thanks for the comment. Okay, now here, I got this marked down, and look at this, for 99 cents. And people go, well, what about rude people on your chat? Oh, don't worry. I will delete them, I will block them, or I will report them. That's what I will do to them. Okay, and then I got this little baggie of stuff at 99 cents only. No bread today. I got nail polish. I got some lipstick. Oh, this is nice. I got, this is good. It looks like it's been opened, but that's okay. 5-second rule. I got all this stuff for $2. This, what is this? This is, looks, oh, like eyeliner. I got this. I just cut the top. This is actually a really good color for me. Well, you're gonna get germs. Oh, really? Well, if I didn't get germs dumpster diving, I did creep myself out. Oh, look at this stuff. I like this. Yellow is nice. And I got all of this for $1. And I got, this is a good one. I like green. 2 greens. That's okay. I use green a lot. Purple. So I don't need a moderator on my chat. I'm the moderator. I'll block them so they can't bother us another time if they're out of line. I put up with a lot of nonsense. I'm not a Nazi. How are you supposed to have a chat if you want to control? Then you're like, you know, if you want to control, I better turn this over. If you want to totally control the chat, I don't see how it's going to be a good chat. Okay, so now I want to make myself some a little veggie food, but I want to use my lunch meat. That's why I bought my lunch meat. So I'm going to make a quick little batch of deviled eggs. You know, I worked in low-end shops, and what I learned is some people act really awful because they want attention, right? It's called negative attention. And so, you know, I really didn't put up with it much in the salon because, you know, they're rather bad for business. But on the chat, you know, unless they're really horrible, I'm going to let everyone stay. What I suggest everybody does is if the chatter is a little bit disagreeable, just ignore them. So I'm excited about the chat. You know, I was watching a really good chat today. It was a live chat. It was who was that? Well, you know, I watch Mike Morales every night. That's a great chat. And I was watching another one. I forgot who the guy was. And it was really a great chat. Well, let's see. I need a little mustard. You know, when you're making meals that are kind of cheap, what you don't want to do is spend a lot of money and add a lot of ingredients. This is also basically the way I make good potato salad. And then I didn't have any relish, so I just used my pickles. And then if a little pickle juice gets in there, that's good too. With your stockpile food, on this kind of food, if you have a little onions or chives, it's gonna taste good. And if I can find my paprika, I don't have a very organized space spice rack. In fact, it's not organized at all. It's disorganized. Okay, so, you know, some paprika would have been nice. So, I just want to encourage you guys to pile your freezers full of some nice lunch meat and cheese. The cheese comes in handy for making macaroni and cheese, cheeseburgers, that kind of stuff. And if you stockpile a lot of eggs, there's all kinds of stuff you can make out of eggs, like deviled eggs. Yummy. This is the hateable pepper, but, you know, it's peppered. And it's not very expensive pepper either. Okay, now. So I'm looking forward to the chat. I don't know, I can't really conceptualize yet how I'm going to do the chat. You know, to move the chat away from so much cooking. There's still going to be cooking. But I like the idea of the chat so everybody can kind of chat. Today when I was watching the chat, it was very enjoyable seeing what the other chatters were chatting about. You know, everybody's got their own little spin on things. And also, I think we can get some good recipes, you guys. Today, well, it was last night, in the middle of the night, you know, I was working on the recipes a little. The third part's going to be cheap recipes. And they were just like popping into my mind. Let's see, so I have a little ham, that'll be good. Ham with eggs is good. Oh, this is turkey lunch meat. Dollar Tree. Since I have 2 eggs, I don't need that much turkey meat. I'll just have 1 piece. So, see how this is all the food you have in your freezer anyway? You stockpile a lot of eggs. You stockpile lunch meat. Then, you know, you want to have a nice little salad. For the meat, you know, it would be really good too. Bacon. And then, you know, I bought this cheese at Aldi's. So I'm going to be able to make a nice little salad for myself. And it's not very expensive, 20 cents, 18 cents each. And I think 10 slices for $2 would be 20 cents. I'm just going to have one piece cheese since my cheese is gluing together because it was frozen. I keep everything in the freezer. I have quite a bit of cheese in my freezer now. And this is going to protect you if the cost of food starts going up, you know? I'll just dice this since it's all tore up. So I think my followers are going to come up with some good content. And if I get messed up and I don't answer the chat good, that's okay. I'm going to go back over the chat after it's done. So if you see some really disagreeable chatters, just ignore them because I will remove them for good. But unless they're really, really horrible, I'm not removing them. Okay, so I went to 99 cent only, and what I do is like, okay, see if I'm going to buy salad mix, I dig around, and so I noticed this one had a lot of cabbage and carrots. So I went to this one because it's going to last longer than if it was all lettuce. So at 99 cent only, they have this stuff for $1 a bag. And I checked the expiration date. The expiration date was June 12th. Oh, I want to mention something else. The Missouri River is really, really, really full. And they say they're going to open some of those floodgates. So you want to check, and if you live south of those floodgates, or you live downriver from those floodgates, you might want to consider evacuating. I mean, it couldn't hurt to evacuate, you know. It seems like the scary thing is, it seems like these things happen at night. You know, here you are fast asleep, and meanwhile, here's coming the floodwaters. So that's a concern, if you ask me. If I lived there, I would at least take off during the nighttime. Somehow, I'd rather sleep in my car. I really would. And check out Cheap RV Living, too. I want to mention something. One of the followers said, try Thousand Island dressing on your fried bologna sandwich. I go, oh yeah, that sounds good. So this is a pretty cheap salad, you guys. Didn't cost much. So work on your stockpile every day. Oh, and one more thing, and this is very important. Well, I can't find my cute plates. Darn it. So I have some Dollar Tree. I keep them in the freezer. Oh, I hate it when they're all broken up. We'll pretend I'm only going to eat 4. 4 is a serving size. Wow, that is... All right. So, okay, you guys. Let's see if we can get my cute decorative plates. God bless you all.